Good afternoon, Winnebago community and tribal members. Thank you for joining us for the weekly community update. We are happy to have you join us to hear the most recent updates from the various entities and as well as our healthcare team at WCHS. I want to send a special condolences today as we have many mourners in our community and that we continue to be thinking of them and having them in our thoughts and prayers. We also want to also share some positive news and exciting news that most recently our CEO at the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System has been recognized for her outstanding work and contributions to the hospital and has received an outstanding service award from the National Indian Health Board. So stay tuned for more news on that as the team promotes that press release. But I just wanted to brag about Danelle a little bit and in the welcome and just really acknowledge all the work that's gone in over the course of the past 5 years to not only advocate for our hospital, but also to move towards self-governance. And we find ourselves in a pandemic now, and Danelle has spearheaded that effort with the help of many others. But I always kind of credit Danelle's phrase, all hands on deck. And, you know, she's had all hands on deck for some time now, and I really appreciate her. I think that it's amazing that the National Indian Health Board has also taken notice and acknowledges the achievements and hard work on the behalf of the health of our community. And she deserves a round of applause. So please thank Danelle and for all the work she does. But with that, I'm just thankful that we could gather here today. I'm the recently elected tribal chairwoman, and I'm just stepping in today for our chairman of our COVID task force, Mr. John Snowball. So I'd just like to welcome you and continue to stay tuned for these updates that are keeping us informed and healthy. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Tori. I appreciate those words and everything that you've done for our healthcare for our tribe as well. And thank you all for joining us today for this week's version of our community update. Of course, all of the good work that is happening is a team effort, and we have a lot of very committed and dedicated staff throughout the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System, and I'm always thankful to be a part of this wonderful team, and just really appreciate the hard work that's done day in and day out. For this week's update, I would just like to remind the community that flu shots are now available at 12 Clans Unity Hospital, and we highly encourage everyone to get a flu shot, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic continuing. The symptoms between flu and COVID-19 are very similar, so the more we can do as a community to prevent the spread of flu and, of course, prevent spread of COVID-19, the better off we will be. In order to get a flu shot, you do not need an appointment. You can just come into the pharmacy Monday through Friday and ask for a flu shot. And our public health nursing department is also planning some events to make sure that we have the flu shot available to anyone in the community who needs a flu shot and hasn't received one yet. And it is not too early to get the flu. I know that there's been some concern or sometimes questions about getting it too early. It's not too early, and we just highly encourage people to get that flu shot. When you do come into the hospital, either for a flu shot or for another appointment or purpose, please remember that all patients, staff, and visitors are still required to wear a mask in the facility. And we also have temperature screening kiosks available at the entrance for you to use. If you do not have a mask when you come in, disposable masks are also available at the entrance for you. We also continue to have a restriction on visitors at 12 Clans Unity Hospital. So if you are a patient and you're coming in for an appointment or another reason, we ask that you either come by yourself, or if you do need to bring somebody to assist you, please do limit that to one person. And the purpose of this is just to limit the number of people in the facility and to reduce the risk of exposure to COVID-19. Also, the HIM Health Information Management Department asked me to let you know that if you do need to get a copy of a medical record for some reason, you can either come to the hospital to pick it up from the HIM department, or if you do not want to come into the facility, you can call ahead to the medical records department, and the staff would be happy to coordinate with you to bring it out to your vehicle through the drive-through pharmacy area. So just another extra effort that we're trying to make to help make things more convenient for you, the patient, and to help limit potential exposure to COVID. As I know that you've all probably been seeing in the news and in other areas, positive COVID-19 cases are continuing to rise in the area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. And there has also been an increase in hospitalizations recently for COVID-19. And so all of this is just as, I'm sharing this and reminding everybody that the pandemic is not over. And it is just imperative for us to continue to take all of the precautions that we have been talking about throughout this time frame so that we can minimize the potential spread for COVID-19. COVID-19 testing continues to be available also at 12 Clans Unity Hospital. So if you're experiencing symptoms or if you otherwise wish to be tested, you can call our outpatient clinic at 402-878-3404 during regular business hours, and they will help you schedule an appointment. COVID-19 testing is not an emergency, so the COVID-19 testing is generally done through an appointment and through our drive-up area at the hospital. If you think you have been exposed or if you have any questions about COVID-19, the COVID-19 hotline is still available 7 days a week, and they can help you answer any questions that you might have. So 7 days a week, you can call the COVID-19 hotline from, Mona, what is it, 8 to 4:30? 8 to 4?
Correct. 8 to 4:30.
8 to 4:30. Just want to make sure I get that right. 8 to 4:30, 7 days a week. And you can call the COVID-19 hotline at 402-922-1508, and the Public Health Nursing Department will be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Danelle. Now we'll go to Mona.
All right, thank you, Emily. Good evening, Winnebago community. Of course, my prayers and thoughts are always with our families in mourning. I want to please remind people to continue to wear your mask and social distance. It does work. I can't say it enough. We have to be mindful and take our precautions. Wear our masks, sanitize your hands before touching your face, after touching frequently touched surfaces. We've been seeing people lowering their guard a little bit when they're visiting their families that don't live in their house. So please make sure you wear your mask where it's appropriate. We still have housing options available for those that want to quarantine or isolate away from their families. If you're concerned with your situation or in need of something, please let your assigned PHN know, and we will get the appropriate housing or assistance to you. I know that many people are concerned about Halloween. Every family has to make that decision that makes sense for you and your family. There will be some virtual activities that will be occurring over this month for the kids. That we're also developing some information, and that will be released soon with some guidelines. We'll also have some recommendations to have the safest Halloween as possible. For instance, we're encouraging everyone to wear your mask when handing out treats, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer throughout the whole activities, hand out treats. Do not allow children to reach into the treat bowl. Mark an area from your door to 6 feet away from the children so that they can stand away from you. We're even encouraging either tossing the candy towards the kids, not hitting them, but tossing it at the children, or possibly we might be doing some videos on showing people how to use PVC piping in order to get that 6 feet distance from you at your door to the kids with some candy. So again, only you can decide what is appropriate for you and your family. But we will be working on some posters like I said, some videos just to recommend some safest activities at the Halloween. I also want to reassure the community again that we are working diligently to identify, quarantine, or isolate, and then monitor and test as circumstance warrants. Each case, as we've seen, is different. So please remember, when you're participating in activities, you cannot tell who has the virus, and therefore one person can impact numerous people. I know we will get through this and persevere, just as all the ones that have come before us have done through different activities supporting one another. We are in this fight together, and only together we will be able to defeat it by taking it one day at a time, continuing to make the decisions that will ultimately help continue to reduce our numbers. But we can't do this alone. And so we still ask you to please wear your mask and social distance where you can, because it's only up to each of you to help us out and protect your loved ones. So with that, I will start today's presentation. So as of today, we have 134 positive cases that have been noted in Winnebago. We have 127 that have recovered. There have been a total of 880 negatives. Right now, we currently have 4 people that are active and 12 families in quarantine. The next slide shows that the majority of our cases are really stemming from an initial case. So that means that one person, unfortunately, has come in contact with several people that ended up turning into being positives. So, which is a reminder of why wearing your mask and disinfecting your hands are so important. And the next slide, we look at the ages that have been positive within the community. And the highest is among our 20 to 29-year-olds, which is about 33%, followed by our 0 to 19 years old, which is about 22%. And then you can see the rest of the breakdowns. The next slide shows the differences between the genders, and it's not very significant between the males being at 51% and 49% for females. So this slide shows just like the peaks and valleys that have occurred since our first COVID case back in April. And you can just see how it is, we had a little jump there in May and then again in September. And so we will continue to bring this forth every 2 weeks to show you guys where we're at. So again, please remember to wear your mask and be safe. There will be several posters that are going to be coming out shortly in regards to the Halloween virtual events and other activities. Like Danelle indicated, we're going to be starting to look at our flu clinics out in the community. But it's already available at 12 Clans Unity Hospital. So please take advantage of the flu shots right away. So it's never too soon. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, Mona. Next up, we will go to Dan Farringer with Winnebago Public Schools. Dan?
Good afternoon, everyone. Condolences to the family in mourning, and congratulations, Danelle, on your award. WPS is back in session. We are following directive health measures. Temperature taking, wearing masks, hand sanitizers throughout the building, and social distancing are all part of that. Students are telling us as we walk around that they want to be in school, and some have asked, please don't close again. We hope that can happen, and that can only happen if we stay safe. Activities are going again. I believe tomorrow the cross-country team runs at the conference meet, and then next week is conference volleyball and district cross-country. Tomorrow morning, as there is no school scheduled, tutoring will be offered to those students and the high school students who are behind or who need help with their assignments. There will be teachers throughout the building from 8 until 3:30 to help the students. If you need help, please come in. Staff and anyone who enters the building are taking their temperature, wearing masks, and sanitizing hands. Again, it is imperative that health safety measures are followed, and wearing masks is vitally important. Again, thank you, and we'll get through this.
Thank you, Dan. Next up, we'll have an update from Little Priest Tribal College from Manoj.
Hello, everybody. First of all, condolences to the families in mourning. My best wishes to people who are in recovery stage. Very happy to hear the award for Danelle Smith. We are proud of what she has done for our community. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank her staff, and the entire Winnebago Public Health Department for their unrelenting work on taking care of us. So, Hainipi, Pinagagi for everything you guys have done. So the next thing is we have a flu vaccine clinic tomorrow for all employees at Little Priest Tribal College. Again, the college has been very aggressive in taking care of their employees and students and staff. So thank you again to Winnebago Public Health for helping us make this happen. It's only for employees of the college. We are going to be starting our spring 2021 enrollment and registration pretty soon. But more exciting news is on the way in terms of the grants we're going to be offering the students. If fall was exciting in terms of the tuition grants we provided, spring, so more information will be shared as soon as possible. We are hoping by next week we should have something to the community. You really do not want to miss this opportunity. Also, the fall classes are going really well. We have conducted a couple of surveys. Our Vice President of Teaching and Learning has done a couple of surveys to find out how students are doing. Are they happy? What services they need? So the survey's response has been great. Seems like students are doing very well. But again, just like last time, I want to take this opportunity to reach out to students and parents. If there is something we can do for you guys, please do not hesitate. Our student services, our academics are all there for you guys to help. Our faculty is there to reach out to the students as well. So a simple call, an email from you will make a huge difference. Also, just a quick, something I would like to share. This Saturday on KSCJ radio channel, I believe in morning 8 a.m. Gross Siouxland has interviewed me as a college president, and I would appreciate if you guys want to listen to the interview. It's 30 minutes about about Little Priest Tribal College and as a college president and how we are doing and stuff like that. So, I thought it went really well. Again, the college is working on multiple projects, and we again did the fumigation of all the buildings to make sure everything is sanitized, and we believe we are taking utmost care of our employees and staff to make sure that everybody is safe. Please listen to the public health guidelines, wear masks, and sanitize as much as possible, and stay safe. And again, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Manoj. Now we'll go to Sam Burrish with an update from HCI. Sam?
Good evening, everyone, and we'd like to express condolences for the mourners. We'd like to remind everyone that the farmers market in the Ho-Chunk village has one market date left. The last day is Wednesday, October 14th from 1 to 6 p.m. You can learn more on the Facebook page for the Ho-Chunk Village Farmers Market. We'd also like to thank everyone who's continued to support the market as it gains momentum and other food sovereignty efforts across the community. Last week, we had Ho-Chunk's annual community celebration in a drive-through event. We thought it was important to continue in the safest way possible. Over 500 meals were distributed in about an hour, and many people won raffle prizes and also participated in a scavenger hunt in their own time after the event. If you'd like to see the winners, we drew those live on Facebook, and we'll be contacting them directly. So you can see that on the Ho-Chunk Inc. Community Engagement Facebook page. That's my update for today. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Sam. Now we'll go to Mayan Beltran from an update from Winnavegas. Mayan?
Good evening, Winnebago community. Our condolences to the mourners. I also want to congratulate Danelle on her award. From Winnavegas Casino Resort this week, we have 2 people out, one due to close contact and one that's been tested. So we wish them well in their, dealing with the pandemic and COVID-19. We also wish everyone well out there in the community that's dealing with it. For us at Winnavegas, we continue to ask that you wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, sanitize. It is really for the protection of ourselves out here, our team, our guests, and, protect your elders, your children, your families, and your friends. So that concludes our update from Winnavegas Casino Resort. Thank you.
I would also like to remind the Winnebago community that the Winnebago tribe has established a plumbing repair program through the CARES Act. And so it's the Winnebago CARES Act Plumbing Repair Program. And if you go to the Winnebago tribe's webpage under the COVID-19 tab, there's an application there. And so if there are any households in Winnebago where you have either you are an enrolled tribal member or you have a tribal member living in your household, you can apply for this program from now until December. And it is to help tribal members with things like water pipe repair, water heater repair, water hookups, toilet fixture replacement, bathroom and kitchen faucet and fixture repairs. And this is in recognition of the fact that it's very important to have adequate sanitation in our households in order to combat COVID-19. So the Winnebago tribe established this program to help tribal members with these types of issues. So again, if you go to the Winnebago tribe's webpage under the COVID-19 tab, you can find the application, and the completed applications can be submitted to Danelle Vargas and at Danelle.Vargas, DANAE.VARGAS at WinnebagoTribe.com. Or if you have any questions, you can call Danelle at 402-878-2272 and just ask for Danelle Vargas. And just wanted to make sure that everybody's aware of this great program. And you can find the application on the tribe's website. Thank you.
Thanks, Danelle. For a reminder to the community, if you have any COVID questions, you can email them for our next COVID update, which will be in 2 weeks. And the email is covid@winnebagotribe.com. Remember to like the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska, the Winnebago Public Health Department, and 12 Clans Unity Hospital, all on Facebook for up-to-date COVID information and community events. And lastly, just a reminder that you can apply still for Medicaid expansion in Nebraska. The benefits started October 1st, but if you go to www.12clanshospital.com/Medicaid expansion, there's available resources and instructions on how to apply for Medicaid expansion there. And you can also call the hospital and speak to one of our patient benefit coordinators, and they can assist in signing you up for the Medicaid expansion program as well. So that concludes this week's community update. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, next Thursday, October
22nd.
October 22nd. Thank you, Jill. We'll see you all in 2 weeks on October 22nd. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.